Alright, it's new episode time. We got our two fight announcements. It's gonna be first up, we're gonna have Matt Mitrione versus Scott Junk, taking Scott Junk. Not sure about the method because I don't really know what Mitrione's ground game is like, and that's probably where Junk's gonna win it to give Team Rampage a win. And then we got Marcus Jones versus Mike Wessel. Seems like we're getting both fights this episode, it would seem. I'm probably going to take Marcus Jones. Dana White pretty much put it best there. Wessel's a lot smaller than Marcus, a lot smaller than a lot of the heavyweights. I think he's the more skilled fighter, but I think size and the fact that Marcus does actually have a pretty good ground game will probably make the difference. I think probably a UD versus, you know, any kind of stoppage, but I wouldn't put a stoppage, a knockout, or a submission past Marcus Jones. We shall see. Then we get a really long trash talk session, which Scott Junk tries to break up, and they go back at it, and then a bunch of people, and then a guy. And then Rampage laughs about it. It's like, what the fuck? Your guys keep losing and you're doomed. Just happy to talk back. This is probably has something to do with the editing, but man, if the editing's even remotely true, Rampage coming off as a bigger dick than the Force season, and that's impressive. Anyways, I'll be back at the next commercial break. Alright, part 2 of our episode focuses on Matt Mitrione and his mix of stupidity and insanity. He tells Scott Junk that Mike Wessel's afraid to fight him, which Junk doesn't believe because he knows Wessel from outside. And yeah, that's kind of all there was to that. Team Rashad did not like him saying that. Wessel was particularly pissed. James McSweeney was kind of really pissed again. James McSweeney seems to like to butt his head in everywhere. Though he barely beat West Shivers. He's like, the experienced fighters, you can tell the difference in our technique, like myself and Brendan and Junk and I think there was someone else. He's like, and these ex-football players, they don't really show it. I don't know, man. Shivers kind of, with some cardio, would have completely kicked your ass. I don't know. I don't like McSweeney. Maybe it's that. Maybe he's just that big of a douche. I don't know. I also think he's gonna lose the next fight. This is me. There's a lot of talk about Junk's good stand-up, which the fights I've seen him in, I didn't really find, but we'll see, I guess. We'll get our chance to see in this fight with Matt Mitrione. Mitrione says that the voices in his head will be silenced by his fighting, and that he's not crazy. Everything he says seems crazy, so I don't know what to put that into, and kind of it, I guess. So, onwards. Maybe we'll get the fight next. Maybe we'll get a segment on Scott Junk. That would kind of make sense. Alright, we get a little more background. We get Junk for a little bit. Looks like we put like 2 fights in the same episode. That's a bummer. Junk fights with his heart. Says technique kind of goes out the door when you get hit hard. Rampage's team looks confident for the first time in a while, really. Like really confident, like not false confidence. And it's pretty well placed. Then we get you a little Matt Mitrione, John Madsen stuff. Apparently they don't get along. I could see why. Madsen's a bit of a condescending ass, or at least that's the edit he's getting. Mitrione's a meathead. I mean, that tends to be a problem. Anyways, Mitrione's drinking some of Madsen's orange juice. Madsen's pissed about it, but right. Whatever. Why you need a gallon tub of orange juice? That's kind of a bit weird for yourself. Or just get more. I mean, yeah. Whatever. Then he, you know, as he's leaving, Madsen threatens to slap him. So they're sparring, because James McSweeney has told Mitrione this. She kind of brings up James McSweeney for, you know, the supposed team leader is a bit of a shit-disturbing team saboteur, as it were. Mitrione, instead of going 60% sparring, goes basically 100%. Madison's like, I'm done. And he's like, come on, motherfucker. Rashad gets really in his face, and that's right, because you don't do that in training. You address it like a man, which is not fighting. It is actually talking. You say, you know, you said this. Let's work this out. Rashad chews him out for a good while about, you know, he better fight like this in the fight. And he's not worried about winning. He's worried about what some guy said. His focus is all wrong, which is true. Apparently he flexes at Rashad too. And Rashad's like, I'm supposed to be afraid of you, sort of thing. It's wrong, but yeah, whatever. Wrong on both of them. Anyways, that's about it. See you at the next commercial break. Alright, we get some more stuff involving Mitrione and Wes Sims. Wes Sims the Ninja. Anyways, in a nutshell, Mitrione's playing basketball. Wes Sims decides to take out the gi and become the ninja. They're doing rat snap, basically. Same thing they did with Jensen. Again, instituted by his own team. This has been a season of really jackass teams. Rampage's team's a bit worse, but it's definitely not good over Team Rashad either. James McSweeney again leading the charge. I mean, it's kind of smart for Sims because he's kind of helping his teammate, because this can't be good for, this will either be psychotic Mitrione or he'll tire himself out being an idiot. Sims grabs him. They play pool. Mitrione says, don't touch me again, which, you know what? I'm cool with that. You know, I was the guy in high school that got kind of revved on somewhat like this. And, you know, you gotta question some of the intelligence of continuing to, you know, pick on that guy. That being said, fight time, apparently. Mitrione says he talked to his wife in his head. He is loopy. That's kind of all there is to it. And that's it. We're waiting for the fight now. Alright, we got a barn burner of the first round. Basically, a lot of wild swing on both parties to a certain extent. Junk had a little bit more technique, and he gassed a little later than Mitrione, but that was about it. But he dropped a couple times. His first takedown attempt was, oh god. Sweet Jesus, that was terrible. Aside from that, Mitrione obviously wins the round. I mean, he dropped him legitimately a few times. The other times it was just more catch the kick and knock him down. Junk needs to give up on the kicks. The guy who wins this fight is going to be the first one to recover some cardio, though, basically, I think. Because that would be the... I don't know. I think I got to favor Mitrione at this point, because if they both come out gassed even, I think Mitrione won the first one and could possibly have gotten a 10-8. It wouldn't surprise me. And he could lose the second round and still win the fight. I mean, you get that many knockdowns, there's a good possibility of a 10-8. But he blew his load, so did Junk. All the Junks, I think, came from damage, more so than combination of stupidity and going to all out in the early going. But Mitrione, geez, work in progress for sure, but that was some impressive stuff. Some impressive heart there, actually, on both guys' part, and impressive chin on both guys' part. So, see how this goes. But this kind of brings back my point of, I don't think Junk has that great a stand-up. I think he would be better off taking this fight to the ground. But we'll see what round 2 brings. Alright, second round is done. Break it down. Mitrione lands weak strikes. Junk takedown. Not a lot off of it. More strikes from the bottom, I think, actually, from Mitrione. And good stand back up and more of the same. We get a majority decision for Mitrione. I thought it would be unanimous, personally. He definitely won the first round. The second round, takedown was probably the biggest scoring point of the round, but I thought that the overwhelming volume, although not effective, but volume of strikes landed by Mitrione on the feet and on the ground outweighed the takedown. And I thought that that was a 10-9 round. Apparently Patricia something did not agree. Rampage did not agree. He destroys the door because of it. Which I don't get, because it was what it was. I don't like the fact that we need 2 fights because we're gonna fight. We know what's happening. This is gonna be a really drama-filled show, or they're gonna really go with with a lot of talk about the quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals matchups. Kind of all there is to say about this episode. Can Team Rashad pull off the sweep? I don't know. I mean, I thought this would be the end of it, of that talk, but apparently not. Anyways, that's all.